Guys, do you know how long it's been since I did an Antifa video? Yes, Antifa. Those college dropouts are still running around causing a muck when they don't get things their way. Now, I've not did an Antifa video in a long time, so you got kind of bear with me for this one because I'm a little off the rocks. Usually, I just go around just bashing Antifa for being complete freaking idiots all over the place, all over the country. They nearly they have actually got some people killed because of their stupidity, because they really think that they are on the right side of history when they are on the right side of stupidity. Hey, look at that. I haven't lost my touch trash talking to Tifa. But yeah, these college dropouts, these so-called anti-fascists, when they literally act like fascists when things don't get their way, because they are more the dictatorial route when it comes to certain events happening, or things don't go their way, like with the whole 2016 election when Trump won. They went across Seattle, D.C., and a whole bunch of other places across America, just straight destroying private properties, mainly in disenfranchised neighborhoods, and not the rich ones, because they felt like it, or they felt like they got mistreated, or they got cheated out of something, even though they didn't. But in this case, we are going to be talking about a incident that happened with a Antifa member that got shot by the police. They got shot and killed by the police. And for what some reports say, the Antifa member who got shot by the police shot him first. Okay, so here's something from the Georgia Bureau of Investigations involving said person that got shot and killed by the police. Okay, so from what the Georgia Bureau says, this Antifa member, Manuel Esteban Paz Terran, he ended up shooting a 9mm pistol at the police first. So here's what they said. Manuel Esteban Paz Terran, possession when a Georgia State Patrol trooper, was shot on January 18 at the site of the Future Atlantic Public Safety Training Center. The handgun is described as a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm. Forensic ballistic analysis has confirmed that the projectile recovered from the trooper's wound matches Terran's handgun. Other preliminary information released in this case is consistent with the investigation so far. And here's an update. Atlanta, Georgia, January 19, 2023. The man who died in yesterday's officer involved shooter has been identified as Manuel Esteban Paz Terran, 26. During the multi-agency operation at the site of the Future Atlantic Public Safety Training Center that begun on January 18, 2023, approximately 25 campsites were located and removed. Additionally, mortar-style fireworks, multiple edged weapons, pallet rifles, gas masks, and a blowtorch were recovered. There were 3 people who were contacted who provided names to authorities and were free to go. The following people were arrested and charged with domestic terrorism and criminal trespass with additional charges. So they gave a list of other guys, but I'm just skip past that, and then I'm gonna go to this little article from Blaze Media, talking about how Antifa fundamentally again just destroy private property because they felt like it, or they felt like they was wrong. Even though, again, I don't really care what happens to Antifa guys, because these guys purposely go out there and purposely get damage other people's property, and they purposely, or in some cases accidentally, gotten other people killed. So I'm half and half when it comes to this freaking organization, because it is an organization. Antifa is an organization. It's organized by a bunch of college dropout lunatics, idiots. But let's just go on with this video. Cop City chaos erupts in Atlanta when rioters set police cars on fire. Again, guys, and I also seen from other YouTubers that the mainstream media called this a peaceful protest, even though there were buildings being destroyed and there was cars being set on fire. Can these guys actually describe or explain a peaceful protest? Because a peaceful protest does not involve somebody's property getting damaged or some cars being set on fire. That's not a peaceful protest. So, explosive video shows a riot breaking out in Atlanta following a protest against fatal police shooting in the future Atlanta Public Safety Training Center that has been nicknamed Cop City, on which the police fatally shot activist Manuel Esteban Paz Terran. The 26-year-old staged a protest at the future site of a planned public safety training center to be constructed in the southeast Atlantic forest. Terran, who called himself Tortuguita, I don't know how to pronounce that, I really don't care, reportedly refused to comply with law enforcement, according to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. Terran, allegedly shot at a Georgia State Patrol trooper at Entrenchment Creek Park. Other law enforcement officers returned fire, struck Terran, and killed him. Protests against the police shooting were organized for downtown Atlanta at 5 p.m. on Saturday. Sounds like an organization, right? Protesters held signs that read, "They can't kill us all," and "Trees gave life, police take it." What the hell does that even mean? There were also chants of "Stop Cop City" and "If they build it, we will burn it." You see, this sounds just like some full-blown authoritarian measures, now doesn't it? And these idiots keep on claiming that they are on the side of peace. These guys, Antifa. Whether you watch this video and you think you think these people are allies or not, Antifa has never been the allies of anybody except for themselves. They are opportunists. When they see something that they don't like, or they hear some news that they don't like, they are literally the first ones to go out there and destroy somebody else's property or get somebody else hurt. And they don't really care about the consequence of who they hurt. They just think that they are doing something important, which they are not. They are just doing something severely stupid. Let's keep on going. However, the event of about 300 participants turned violent within an hour. Rioters launched fireworks and threw large rocks into the Atlanta Police Foundation building in downtown Atlanta. 2 police cruisers were set on fire and other APD vehicles had bricks thrown at them. Windows of local businesses were smashed during the riot revolving around the Cop City controversy. Again, so these guys are Antifa always talk about that they are on the side of the disenfranchised people or the middle low class people, but then they go out and destroy their buildings the most. The city hall and like that. They don't go there. They go towards buildings that have nothing to do with the police shooters, and these guys are always out here claiming that they are on the side of peace. Guys, it literally makes no sense. But I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all some videos about how this organization is fundamentally stupid. So that was from the protesters throw rocks at Atlanta Police Foundation building in downtown Atlanta. They also set off fireworks and spray painted the buildings. F Cop City. And these people are on the side of peace. So they went to a bureau and just straight burned it, straight attacked it. So they got cop patrol cars being burned down. Yeah. So you got burning patrol car right here. Looks like the same one. And here's something from Mayor Andrew Dickens from what happened here. Let's go and increase this size right here, so you guys can actually see how these guys feel about it. And look,
many of them don't even live in Atlanta or in the state of Georgia, and they don't represent the voices of Atlanta. And some of them were found with explosives on them. You heard that correctly, explosives.
So some of those Antifa members who got arrested, they didn't even live in Atlanta. Once again, they're opportunists who just want to see things burned down to the ground. Let me go back and see it again.
Many of them don't even live in Atlanta or in the state of Georgia, and they don't represent the voices of Atlanta. And some of them were found with explosives on them. You heard that correctly, explosives, and that has led to a police officer's car being set on fire, and other destruction has occurred. And so make no mistake about it, these individuals meant harm to people and to property.
Right. So the news outlets that said this was a peaceful protest, they was there was a mainly peaceful protest. They was fundamentally lying their behinds off. What happened after? A whole bunch of police patrol cars got hit. Some of them got burned down, and who knows if some people may have got hurt on it. Here's some pictures from the Wells Fargo along Peachtree Street in downtown Atlanta. A witness tells me a group handed him a Stop Cop City flyer, and then he saw them smash several windows. What does Wells Fargo have to do with anything? What does Wells Fargo have to do with this interaction, this violent interaction that happened with the police and this Antifa member? What does Wells Fargo have to do with anything? You see what I'm saying? Like, these guys are just blatant opportunists, and you have mainstream media not wanting to call these guys out for literally just doing the opposite of what they think they are actually trying to help, when they're actually not. Here's another video. As usual, cops were just tackling and arresting anybody they can get their hands on. Officers with AR rifles quickly showed up.
Dragging somebody down, pulling someone to the ground. They're chasing people. Someone's down. One person's being arrested.
Once again, I do not feel bad for these guys. I do not feel bad at all. As police showed up, the crowd split in mostly two directions, with the largest chunk of people able to move away from police presence. As the majority of arrests took place, we noticed one of the cop cars smashed up and was also lit ablaze.
Burning cop car.
And these guys are supposed to be the organization of peace. This is, once again, guys, Antifa has never been the ally of the left. I don't care how anybody tries to swing this away. I don't care if Joy Behar or Joe Biden try to say like Antifa doesn't exist or Antifa is just an idea. No, Antifa is a legit organization that gets paid for by some idiots out here that are probably living in their mama's basement or still living with their parents at the age of 30. These idiots just do what the hell they want because they know nobody's going to correct them, because if they do, they will have mainstream media defending them, saying like, oh, look at these freedom fighters trying to fight the fascist regime that is the white ring. And you say stuff like that, boom, you have the white ring individuals saying like, okay, let's back down and just let them do what they do. No. These guys need to be stopped because they are fundamentally putting people's businesses at risk, and they are fundamentally putting people's lives at risk. They don't care what the repercussions are because they know they can get away with it. Which is why you always see these guys out there wearing masks, because they want to keep why I think they always want to keep their face hidden, because they know they are doing something that they are not supposed to be doing. But you will have individuals out here, or you have mainstream media out here claiming that these were actually peaceful protests, and these businesses being damaged, these cars, whether they be police troopers or non-police trooper cars, being burned down to the ground because this fascist regime that is Antifa is burning things down. You will not hear a lot of people actually come out against it, especially from the mainstream left-wing perspective. You can have Fox News say some stuff, but then it seems like they are mainly in on it too, because they don't actually do anything to actually go against the left-wing media, saying like, calling them out for their stupidity, because they are in it together. Really, they are in it together. But guys, like I said before, Antifa is filled with idiots. Antifa is filled with college dropouts who don't want to pay their bills, who just want to live off the government. These individuals should not be taken seriously. And by all means, if you see these guys just swirl past your house, make sure, show them that you don't mean no business, and you like, hey, you want to try to burn down my place? I got something for you right here. Try to come at me if you want. But that's all I got to say for this one, man. Like I said, Antifa is filled with idiots, college dropouts, people who still live in their mama's basement, doesn't want to actually do anything that's actually beneficial to society. But that's all I got for right here, man. If you guys like what I'm saying, like and subscribe, share the video, hit the notification bell. I will see you on the next one. Peace.